my, I don't know why that's not working, but we're going to rely on my special effects to be able to answer questions on Instagram here while everybody comes. We'll take roll call in a minute. How are you, ladies? Welcome. I have the code live. It is pinned, so you'll see it's 15% off for the next 24 hours. Let me see if I can find myself on Instagram. Let's just search here because I want to be able to answer. Here we are. Ah, there we are. It's great. We are working. Fabulous. How's everyone doing tonight? How is everyone? Where are we coming in from? Atlanta, Delaware, Albany, Florida. Hi, Paula. Hi, Carmen. Laura. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Kathy Anne Marie from Western New York. I'm trying to read them as fast as I can. New Hampshire, Sylvia, Linda. If I pronounce your name wrong, it's because it is a rapid fire. Tracy from Washington, Suzanne from Birmingham, Mary from Center Valley, Pennsylvania, Carol from Vermont. Woo! We got some really nice, beautiful states coming in, getting to be that fall weather. I just saw what Colorado looks like. The leaves are changing. It's so beautiful. So let's see. Alabama's in here. Let's see if we have anybody international yet. San Diego. Alex, welcome. We have Chattanooga, Tennessee. Pat's from Columbus, Ohio. Karen from Wisconsin. Lori from Miami. Wonderful. Got another Floridian here. Sophia. Okay, well, I'll answer questions when we get into it. Introductions right now. I'm going to just ask that question again when I open it back up and we're on eyes. Then we can go for that, Sophia. Rena from Tennessee. Vicky from Kansas. We're working our way through the country right now. We're going to be hitting the West Coast soon. Pensacola, South California. SoCal, that's what I was trying to say probably. Virginia, welcome. All right, so we usually do a little roll call. I was just trying to check to see how many lives I've done. I think I started in May, so I didn't count, but I'm really excited. Let me see if this will even help. Does this help? I mean, it has a little bit. I was doing videos for you today, and I had my lights on. Maybe it helps a little bit. I don't know. I have makeup on now because tonight is going to be about... Oh, that's not it. Tonight is going to be about real makeup solutions for real women. And I really like doing this because it's not about gimmicks. It's not about filters. It's not about any of that. You know, I show up with no makeup on. My lives. I usually have no makeup on. I'm on 4K with my ladies over on Fierce Aging. You know, it's just raw and real. It is what it is. I'm not trying to pretend like it's anything else. I actually don't like filters. I think that I've seen a lot recently on social media where women are showing you like neck creams, but yet have had neck surgery, but they omit that. And they're telling you this cream really tightens your neck. And it's just so silly to me. And unfortunately, there's a lot of that. And that's just not how I conduct my videos, or I don't know, as a professional makeup artist and a licensed esthetician. I mean, you know, there's limitations, and not about trying to alter everything. And I'm just here to help you troubleshoot and feel confident and feel good, not trying to erase the aging process. I think it's really silly if you think about it. I mean, you're chasing what? Like at some point it's going to catch up with you at somewhere along the line. So I just try to give you really realistic ways, and you can take that or you don't have to. It's not, there's no right or wrong. It's just kind of like, I just feel you should really have real information about all the products that I like. You'll see the products that I use when it comes to skincare or hair care or makeup, like consistently. Like it's the same kind of product. I try to, I'm always testing and trying to figure out what's new and what's exciting and what I think really works. But at the end of the day, I want you to be being exposed to products that I think are really worth it. So this is very exciting, everybody. Welcome. I'll be checking over here on Instagram if there's any questions from YouTube. If you want the best quality of this live, you would be going to my Nikol Beauty app, or you'll be going to my NikolBeauty.com website. That's where you're going to get it. We restream on all the different platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, but you're not going to get the exact quality that you would if you're on the app, which is very easy, or on the website. So you have those options. If you want to watch it on the other platforms, it's great. It's just that the restream doesn't give you as good of quality. So recently, last week started my first episode of my mini series, which is a 4-part series to really break down what I do in my YouTube videos or my Fierce Aging videos. If you're new, Fierce Aging is a series that I have on my YouTube channel. I've had it for the last 7 years. It was really a whim. It should have lasted a month, but it's lasted 7 years, where I feature women from all over the world, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I had a woman 101 on my channel, Henrietta, which was really quite an honor. And that's a series where you can see real skin, real texture, different age brackets, different tones, different textures, all the different things that we're dealing with over there. So if you see my product on me and you're like, well, that's great, but you're 49 and I'm 69 or I'm 79, you can see it on all these women. So you can use that as a tool, and you can see the products in action and how I formulated them and what they actually do on multiple different types of skin, on multiple different types of ages. And, that is really why I spent so much time reformulating, because I knew what I wanted to see. And on 4K, you can't hide anything. It's not a secret. I'm not pretending. It's real. We have problems and we have solutions. That's what my channel is all about. So I kind of feel like we're the underdog sometimes, because, is that what YouTube wants to see? Not really, but I love it. And I think it's really important. I think it's very powerful. So that's what I do. So today, I have this series coming out. Yesterday was my second series. We did first concealer. So it's just it's almost like bite-sized pieces of the full tutorial. So I thought to myself, the tutorials are really great, but what happens if you're starting off strong and then you start getting confused and then you're at the end, you're like, wait, I don't know how to do that. What happened to the concealer? I just basically took them apart for you and concentrated on one thing. So we talk about concealer and placement and technique. And then yesterday was about eyeliner. And it's funny because every time I see you on Wednesdays, I've filmed already 4 or 5 videos. So I'm like, wait, is that what went live yesterday? Or was that what I was talking about today? Sometimes my brain is a little overwhelmed. But then we have 2 more in that series, which is great. They build on themselves. So each time you're learning more and you're basically piecing it together. And hopefully at the end of the mini masterclass series, you'll feel really empowered and you'll feel really great about your skills or what you're practicing and being able to follow along. So that's really my goal with that. So today I filmed another little mini series because your comments were so powerful about how this is really helping you. This is really much easier for you to understand. So I did another 4-part series that will be coming out later in the month or in October. So you'll be able to follow along with those. And I think that it's great because it really builds on each other. And I don't feel like you're getting lost. And I think that the lives really help too, because we can answer questions in real time. You can ask the questions, which you can't do on YouTube. So you have Tuesdays and Thursdays videos on YouTube, and then you have a live on Wednesday. So I think it's a really good schedule. I've been doing Tuesday, Thursdays for years now, but the live started in May. They're always pre-recorded, so you can go back to the website and rewatch them. And I really want you to, with everything I show you, my brand or not, understand why you're using it, why it's in your makeup bag or your makeup routine. This isn't about how many products that you can buy. It's not a competition. It's really about having a really nice, as a mature woman, a nice synergy and feeling like you're not overwhelmed and like, oh, I didn't waste all this money and I have a million different cosmetics or, 60 skincare products that I'm not using. I don't really feel like that's valuable at this stage of life. And I want you to really curate it and really feel comfortable and really feel like this is something that you love to do. You love getting ready. You love putting yourself together. And it's not a lot of work. So today or tonight, I thought that we could do basically just real makeup solutions. I think it's going to be more interactive because I'm going to ask you a lot of questions about these different topics that we're going to discuss. I have them like basically broken out into segments. So first I just saw a question of Vicky, the Dream Melt Lip Mask is going to be available for purchase. It did go live on, I showed you the PR/influencer box that I created for New York last month that I went, I did the big event with. I showed it to you on one of my YouTube videos. I wanted to offer that as a very limited offer, which has the sleep mask in it and has the Dream Melt Lip Mask, which is right here. Actually, I have it on right now. My lips were like so dry after filming all these videos today. It went live on last Friday. And it was our first drop and it sold out within a couple hours. We have it being distributed now in the warehouses. It will go live again. I'm anticipating either by the end of the week or on the next Monday that week, it will go live again. So that's our second drop of just those boxes. And then once those sell out, it'll just go to, it's almost like a gift with purchase because it's the same price. So it'll just go to the Dream Lip Mask. So it's a really nice time. We do have a wait list that you can sign up for. So once it hits, you'll be notified via text or email. So you'll be able to purchase it then. But that is finally rolling out. It was very exciting. So, all right. So I digress back into skin and base solution. So this is going to be, I have my makeup on, but I don't have liner on. That's something I didn't do. I don't have concealer on. I did BB cream on this side of my face for one of my videos, and I did serum foundation on this side. So I have two different kind of formulations, but still looking very natural. I did do kind of different blushes too on either side, but that's all right. So I could build on this today with you. So basically, I wanted to show you when it comes to skin and base, let's talk about like, I want to know what your biggest issue is when it comes to your skin and your foundation or your BB cream or whatever you're using. Do you find it to be your skincare prep, or do you find it to be your formulation of your foundation medium that you're using? I would really like to know where we could start off with that. Linda from Canada, you're never late. This is your 8:13. You're fashionably late. There's no such thing as late here on the channel. Formulation, skin prep, foundation. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, Linda, new grandbaby today. Congratulations. How exciting. Skin prep, skincare prep, eye area, skin prep. Fine lines, okay, I get pilling, okay, under the eye, okay, great. All right, so maybe gels. I know, I showed you all that tape and everything that we can do. That's a really nice, easy way to get rid of gels. Foundation, all right, skin prep, dark circle skin prep. So I'm seeing a lot of skin prep. Now, did we do skin prep last week? No, we were in New York last week. Felt like I was so worried that the internet was not going to be good. It was very interesting. Listen, put me into a little room, put the live on, and we can make it work. Whether I'm tripping over carpet, trying to put you on the wall with my little suction cup thing that's giving me a hard time, we can make it work. So I thought we talked about skin prep. Maybe, who knows? I do so much talking to a camera that sometimes I can't remember where that was. But let's talk about skin prep since I have it all here, since I was talking about it today. This is what's so important. So I did do in our new masterclass for YouTube, I talked about like the perfect base, like as in your skincare, you're like prepping for your foundation, whatever medium you're using. So what I think is really important, I did put some things away, but let me look and see what I have here right now. So I think that, okay, so let's just break it down really simply. If you don't have a skincare routine where I'm talking about you're cleansing, you're exfoliating, you're hydrating, you're protecting, and that's it, right? And you have an eye cream. So you have to figure out Like it's not a lot of product. You just have to stream it down. Is it better for you? So first of all, everybody should be washing their face, not with a bar of soap, because I'll tell you what happens with a bar of soap. It's too alkaline for your skin and it creates like a waxy film. So you get this dull down skin. That's not what you should be doing. You might think that this is a great idea, or maybe you use it forever, but it does create this waxy film on your skin. So what I like to do is you don't have to do a double cleanse. I really love a cleansing balm or a cleansing oil first. It's going to melt down all of your makeup, all of your SPF especially. And then I go back in with, I've showed you the Dr. Dennis Gross. I'm almost out of it here. This is the AHA BHA Daily Cleansing Gel. I really like this a lot. And then I'll show you, when I finish that, I'm going to go into, this is one of my other favorites because I'm not a big fan of all gel cleansers. Everything, it's all about the finish. It's all about how it works. This is from Youth to the People. It's kale plus green tea spinach vitamins. That's one of my favorites. I've used this probably since I think it's 2018 or 19. This is one of my favorites. It's in glass and you need maybe half a pump. This is very concentrated. You do a whole full pump and it's going to take you a while. You don't need that. You can do a full pump with the Dr. Dennis Gross. So that's your first step. And you know what? Let me show you what I got from Amazon. Oh, you know what? I didn't put the microphone in. I forgot, but I think we're okay. So I have this one, Anua. I've showed it to you before on my YouTube. I bought this on Amazon. It's a Korean line. I actually really like it because not all oils are really nice because they leave like this film and then you feel like, ugh. So if you just wanted to use an oil, you could do this. But I like to follow it up with my gel cleanser. That's just me. I don't find it to be too much of a step. I love the way that my skin feels. It's clean. It's not stripped. So I know that this is at night that I do this. I don't do this in the morning. So that is a really great way because you're first starting off with cleansing the skin. You have to properly cleanse the skin. You don't want to strip it. You don't want to use too many products that are going to not be right. Know your skin type. Are you dry, oily, combination, normal? You need to know first. And I think we all do know. Most of us are becoming more and more dry. So you want to be putting that moisture back in. That's why an oil cleansing balm is really great. I just love that second step of having a gel cleanser. Now, you can do multiple different types of exfoliation. I like to keep it kind of simple. I did put these back. Let me show you. I have, hold on. Okay, so this is I do like this for mature women because I think you should be gentle on your skin. I don't think you should be really aggressive. I think you can build up to having something a little bit more when it comes to an exfoliation, but you do have to exfoliate the skin. If not, your skin looks dull. You need to have that cell turnover. I have from the same company, Anua. It's very easy. You can get it on Amazon. I find it to be not very expensive. This is a rice and ceramide. It's Anua Rice Enzyme Brightening Cleansing Powder. So what I like about it is that it nicely brightens the skin. Do you see how you have this little hole? It's powder. So this is a little bit larger. You got to be careful. You don't need that much. So you can see I do a little bit like this. I probably would do that much. And then I put a little water. Let's just do it. Why not? We're in the bathroom, right? I'm going to do a little water. Sometimes I'll just take my hand and then drip it on top. Like I'll drip it on top like this. Well, you know what? Now we'll need a little bit more because all right, so now you can see what this looks like. So you see, it creates like a paste. See, like this. And then you put it on. It doesn't smell like anything. You put it on the skin and you work it all over your skin like this. This is what it looks like. So it's a nice like paste. You can make it thinner if you want to. So that is how I like to exfoliate. feels really nice in the skin. Your skin's not feeling raw, red, dehydrated. I like it. Now, if you want something that's going to be a little bit more, I would say, I don't want to say aggressive, but this is going to be, this is like an iconic cult product. This is from Biologique. This is a French company. It's been around forever. This is the P50, but this is a 1970. I've been using this for years, the P50, and they have one with a W, which means weak. So it's not as strong. Now, they pulled this in January, the FDA, because of the phenol that's in this for the 1970 formulation. And of course, I was like, well, I'm an esthetician. I have to try it. I've heard about it forever. And we're pulling it, so I'll get it. My esthetician had it. So I've been trying it, but I don't feel like it's any different, to me at least, from the P50. Now, this is more of an investment, but it lasts forever because you do not use that much. I take my Shiseido cotton, I pour a little bit on the cotton pad, and I press it into the skin. It really helps with that. I have this texture that's right here. I have these oil glands that like to come up. So I press it into the skin, and I get a really nice exfoliation with this product. Very simple. It's very easy. It's not a big to-do. So I've really liked it. You're supposed to use it for 50 days and then take a break and then come back. So you don't just keep using it. So it's a nice treatment for exfoliating the skin. So that is the exfoliation. Now, during the day, you've seen me using, and I like to kind of work through a product so I really know from the beginning to end how it really works. And I've really been enjoying, I have to use lighter products on my skin especially during this time, but during the day. Because if you add too many products, is when you're going to start getting pilling. It's too much. It's just too many layering. So you have to go thin and really still keep that hydration. So I've been using, you can see where I am now in the product. I've been using this, I'm thinking I'm saying it right, Sonsi. If you watch my YouTube videos, this isn't new for you. I like it. It's called Super Serum. This is the Pamela Anderson's brand. I think she bought it. I'm not quite sure, but very simplistic, very easy. And what's interesting is that it's not a serum that you feel like just evaporated, like, oh, I kind of think I did something. No, it's a little bit more weightier. So I feel like it gives me just enough, just like the Clarins Biphase Hyaluronic Serum. I use that also, not together, but by themselves. And I feel like this really just gives me that hydration and just enough, but not over the top where it's just not going to work with my other products. So that's what I've been using in the morning. And then I've showed you this Clarins Double Serum. This is my second bottle that I started. I bought my first one in May. Actually, my Frenchies gave it to me for Mother's Day. And I loved how this has been one of the eye creams that really has lightened that pigmentation that I have here that that I always talk about. It's because of the filler, the post, inflammation, the stitches that I've had. Okay, so it's there. This has helped. So I really have enjoyed the Clarins Double Serum. I had been using that for my the face serum, and I'm out of that. That's why I've been experimenting with my other products, but this is a really great one to be able to prep the eye. I'll show you another one that is a retinol-like. It says retinol-like technology is the total eye lift from Clarins. I have the other one that I've been using for a while. They have their whole little system on how they, do their little 3-step, but this is new and it is a refillable. Let's see if I can figure out how we do. Oh, you just press down and it comes out and then you can refill it like this. I'm not a big fan of refilling things because I have to build my product and it always something happens to it, but you can with this. Then I've showed you this many, many times. This is the Pericone MD. If you have crepey eyelids, dry eyelids, a lot of you complain about having flaky eyelids and you're not sure what to do. I do recommend that you first, especially if you have oily eyelids, you use an eyelid wipe. You can get them at the drugstore. I use Corner Care, which is basically, I found it on Instagram. I'm on a monthly subscription and I wipe around the eyes in the morning. my eyelids can get oily, so that's not a good idea to start off your makeup with oily eyelids. So this is a really great product because it's designed for the eyelid. I do not use eye creams that are made for my eye area on top of my eyelid. I've done that before and I've woken up with really swollen eyes and it's not cute. So I've never done that before. So this is Eyelid Lift Serum. And when I talk about you'll have this forever. It's worth the investment because when you take this out, you literally do a drop like that. Then you go like this. That's all you need. If you decide to do more, where is it going to go? Like in your eyes, like you're not going to enjoy the experience. You just need just a little bit and it rapidly absorbs into the lid, which is really nice. So it's not like you're sitting there trying to work it in. It's very thin. It's very hydrating. So if you have crepey eyelids, you have dry eyelids, this is a really great product, I would say, to try. The other thing I wanted to say to you about your eyelids was something that just escaped my mind. Who can relate to having a fabulous thought and then next thing you know, it just escaped? That's all right. I'm going to share something that it should come back. It'll come back to me. Nicely goes away. I hope that everybody feels good that can't remember certain things at certain times. And then it's like, oh, that's right. So that's a really good for the eye. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. So I was just thinking, so think about how we do our whole face, right? We cleanse it, we exfoliate it, we hydrate it, we put masks on it, we do all this stuff. But what about the skin on our eyelids? Like, it's like the one thing we forget about, but we complain about the most, right? But you're like doing all of your skin. We take it down to the neck and the décolleté. And then we're like, well, wait, what about the skin that we just don't treat? So of course it's going to not look as fabulous. It's going to look dehydrated. It's going to be flaky, whatever, because we're not even treating it. So that's why I think that this product from Dr. Perry is such a really great asset. It's just a little product. And then it does, really, I mean, this is what we're really concentrating on for the most part, right? Our eyes, we don't want them to look like fatigued and they don't want to look just not vibrant. So that is a really great product that I'm so happy they still make because I recently bought it and I wasn't quite sure if they still made it. So now for vitamin C, I have two products. I have one that's pricier and then I have one that's going to be more of a, at the drugstore. So I have really liked Natura Bissay. This is a vitamin C. It's C plus C vitamin. And this is a company out of Barcelona. And it's really nice. This is a kind of like a self-filled dropper. You just push it down and then it comes out. That's all you need. It's almost like, it's more like I'll use a little bit here. It's more of a, kind of like an oil serum. So I thought when I was going to use it, it was going to feel different and not feel like an oil serum on it, but it's really interesting. I use it at night, can't use it during the day because of just, it wouldn't layer right with my product. It maybe could almost feel like a dry oil, if you will. That's the kind of feel for this. Now, if you want something that you can get at the drugstore, it smells amazing too. This came to me recently, the Multi-Corrective Revive and Glow Daily Serum Vitamin C from Rock. You know that I like Rock a lot. I've had their products for years, maybe 10 years. I've been using their product. This is going to be a little bit different of a serum. This is going to be, hold on. It's not a self-dropper. So it's more like a gel serum. So it's a different texture. And it's lighter. So this is going to be more of your typical kind of serum feel on the skin. The Natura Bissay is going to be more of that kind of that oil feel on the skin. So it's interesting. I could use this during the day, the Rock one, but I couldn't use the other one I've tried. So those are some great things. I know you look for vitamin C's a lot. I know you like to do retinol. I like retinol alternatives. I do have, I'm not consistent with it, but I do have my tretinoin cream. I have 0.05. So you can see I don't really use it that much. I think I have 2 of them. But what I'll do is sometimes I'll put on a cream, like a night cream, and then I will put on my tretinoin. So I have like a little buffer because I don't need to really, my skin's very reactive. So I'll do this and like my pigmentation spots on my skin, but that's nice that you can get from your dermatologist or plastic surgeon. And then let's think about what else we wanted to do. At nighttime, though, I have been really enjoying the Estee Lauder, their new Advanced Night Repair Eye Lift and Sculpt. I can't use it during the day either. You know, I love to push products into the day that say night, but this one I can't do it. I tried. It's just very emollient. It's heavier. It's really great for a nighttime treatment. Obviously, that's what it's formulated for. That's a really nice one for the eyes because I know that you really want to take care of your eyes during the day. This is actually a new one from Chantecaille they sent me. This is going to be an eye where you just push down here. It comes out the top. See how thin it is? So you put this around the eye area, and it's a new peony. It's called Blanc Peony Eye Serum. It's for dark spot corrector. So this is really nice if you have darkness around the eye. You have to be consistent. I mean, with any of your skincare, it's not going to be instantaneous that you're going to have brighter eyes, brighter skin. Pigmentation takes a while to lift. I like more natural, which takes longer. Kojic acid, berberry extract, licorice extract. I like all of those things. I am not a fan of what's our ingredient that's banned in most countries. Let's think about it. Actually, you know what? Let me ask you. Do you know what ingredient that lightens the skin that's really actually recommended a lot, that's banned in Japan, in Europe? Interested to know if any of you know what that ingredient is. Yes, Julie, correct, hydroquinone. So that is something that if you really study it, what it does, it really can come back with a vengeance. And there's all kinds of different complications besides the fact it's toxic to liver, all of the things. Know what you're putting into your skin. Your skin's your largest organ. As we know, it absorbs. You know, it's very important to know what you're using and what you're doing. I do have here for sun protection. This is my OG that I've showed you forever. My La Roche-Posay SPF 50. It's a physical sunscreen. It's nice and light. It's a serum. Get it at the drugstore. Shake it. It's lightweight for you. You wanted something like that. So that's your protection. So if you have a good skincare routine like this, I think that you will see a big difference with your skin and how your makeup applies. It doesn't matter what makeup you're using, drugstore, department store, you know, low end, high end. If your skin is not prepped and primed and ready to go and really set up, you're going to run into problems. If you have on really thick, heavy moisturizer, or you're putting on a moisturizer and then you're putting on a heavier SPF and they're not compatible, and then you try to put on your makeup, your tinted moisturizer, BB cream, what have you, that's when you're going to start seeing the pilling. Like, it's just the layers aren't working with each other. And so that's something to consider when you see that. Figure out, okay, let me take out one of these variables and try it the next morning. Does it still pill? What could it be? Like, you have to go back, like work backwards and figure out and take them out. Try a serum, try something lighter. It's really trial and error when it comes, because everybody has different skin. Everybody's using different products. So that's something too, and everybody's in a different climate for the most part. So that's something to think about. So we've kind of covered the prepping of the skin. It's just great that I had a lot of these products around. Oh, here's another one. Rock sent me this also, the retinol correction. This is a line smoothing eye cream that you can also pick up at the drugstore if you wanted something like this. Just has a little, it's like in a little metal tube, and it has just a little point like that. Now that it's coming out, it's light. You can see how light it is. So that's a nice light eye cream if you're looking for something like that during the day, not too heavy. I think that's everything that I have here that I could show you when it comes to skincare. Okay, so now let's talk about, I have on, like I said, my BB cream and my serum, my serum foundation. I didn't put any concealer on underneath here, so I basically just did my makeup, but I left this out. So we're gonna do a little concealer. I'm gonna show you the best way to set your concealer so it doesn't crease throughout the day. I just kind of created a little soft set technique which is what I call it, because I felt that Mature Woman needed something that was like soft but still setting, not too much. So I'm gonna go in with my creamy concealer. I use light, and this is kind of working backwards because I always do my eyes first, and then I will do like my Just Peachy and everything like that. I just want to, I'm not gonna do my Just Peachy. I already have a layer of my BB cream, my serum, so it's not too, it's really actually did a nice job of helping my complexion like that. But what I'll do is I'm not going to go too high because I have a little special product that I'll use that I actually do need linked because I didn't put it on your products today. I just forgot about it. So I'm going to use my creamy concealer, and you can see that I have a small doe foot. It's like a rounded, see all the products at the top here. So you can literally be precise, just like this. You don't want to be having a huge doe foot. I did that in my first video for that mini series about concealer. I showed you what it looked like when you're stamping your face with that big doe foot. It's like, where do you go from here? Like you just put on a ton and then you're like, okay, now I got to work at such a small area. So it's really difficult to do that. So that's why I have it more precise like this. So I'm going to just take my concealer brush and I'm going to just, let me get a mirror closer to my face so we can see this. So this is how I'm using my concealer brush. I like to do just a little stippling like this. So you can see I'm marrying all of the little dots that I just did. I'll bring it out. And you notice I didn't go so close underneath my eye. I do have my brown mascara on my bottom lashes from my video today. So I want to bring up the product. So that's why I bring it down here and then I will work it up. I don't want a ton of product underneath my eye because that's my weak spot. So if I'm gonna just try to put a ton of product underneath here, it's not gonna work. So what I wanna do is I wanna brighten, but I don't wanna overwhelm the eye area. And then I'll taper out just a little bit. I'll come down here. This is really the weak part here with that pigmentation. So just working it up, tapering it down. I'm doing it backwards, which is fine because I already have my foundation on. We normally don't do that. But there we have a little bit more of that brightness. I've left this because I didn't do the Just Peachy, like, you know, color correct right in there. So you never want to leave that. So you have this like beautiful now like brightened under eye, and then you like turn and you're like, oh, this totally negates everything I just did because I have this darkness here because of the nose, the grays, this shadowing. So I'm going to show you what we can do with that. I'm going to do the same thing on this side here, bringing it down. And then once I have this like that, I'll start working it up. So most of the product is already been moved into the skin, and then just a little bit goes up there. So I'm helping not create any kind of creasing. So I've stopped right here. You can still see how that's dark. Do you see why I take the Just Peachy and I go right in there to lighten up before I do concealer? This is a little bit different today since I showed up with makeup on and wanted to, I think this is good to learn this way also and not always do the same thing every single time. So maybe you went to work and you had your makeup on and then you felt like you needed more concealer. You're going out for the evening, going to cocktails, doing something, you could easily touch up like this. So you could do a little bit more concealer. Then what we're going to do is before we do the soft set, we're going to take our magic wand, which is our eye brightener. I wanted to do it a little bit different for you tonight because we usually do a Just Peachy, a concealer, like let's shake it up and not constantly always be doing the same routine. So this is going to, you know, I feel like we're like in an exercise class and we're like, our muscles are getting to be fatigued doing the same thing each time. Let's switch it up. Let's get a little different technique. So in the eye brightener, you're going to twist at the bottom. It clicks. You don't want to get crazy because you have to be patient. It's going to come out. But if you're like, woo, it's going to come all the way out. So you can see I have just enough right there at the top You could always, yeah, see how it still keeps coming out at the top? So that's all you need. You don't need a lot. You don't want to go crazy. You'll waste the product and you'll be very mad. And then you'll be mad at the wand and not at yourself for being hasty. So here, let's do it like this. So I'm going in here. So I'm going to, not a lot. I got to see what's going on first. I'm going to do a little bit here. Okay. Bring it down a little bit. Do I need any help anywhere else? Oh no, let's just see, and maybe a little bit more. Like that. Okay, we need to erase that dark gray blue. It's taking my concealer brush, the same one I just used. Now, this is what's important about this brush that I designed to be more dense. It's going to keep the product where you want it. It's not going to move it around. So again, I'm pressing it into the skin just like this. Now, I will bring it up a little bit. I have to probably use my finger because I have eyeshadow on and I don't want to bring this up too high. But do you see that brightening? It's like your little, I mean, it is like the magic pen. Get that brightness there. Don't forget. So if you don't have your Just Peachy and you need to brighten the eye, that's why it's called eye brightener. So you can just see where I put it. I'm going to stay right where that darkness almost like looks like a, I don't know, sometimes I want to say like that blue bruising dark. It just doesn't look good. So you never want to forget about this area, because I think that a lot of women sometimes will do their makeup, they concentrate on the concealer and doing their eyes, and then you forget to come in there, and then you have that darkness that takes away from all of the work you did. So this is just perfect. So you can see how much brighter that area is. And I'm going over, makeup. I already have my eyeshadow on, so it's okay. You can do this if you needed to brighten up. Maybe it got darker during the day and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have time for a full makeup, going to dinner or whatever. Maybe you have a business dinner. Maybe you're traveling. That's okay. Eye brightener to the rescue. Brighten up those eyes, refresh your concealer. Now comes the soft set. So I have my Nikita Banana here. This is my brightening powder, talc-free, gluten-free. And I use my eyeshadow blending brush. So I have a couple of these. You can buy these individually. And I roll it into my Nikita Banana. And then it's a soft set. So I'm setting the eye brightener and the concealer, or if I had on my Just Peachy by itself or underneath my concealer, and I'm setting it. So I just I sweep here. This is my weakness here for my eyes. Like, it likes to kind of crease there if I do not set it with the Nikita Banana. So I'm setting it softly, almost like wispy strokes. And then I come out. If you need to do T-zone, whatever, you can do that. If you need to do it with a larger brush in your essential makeup brush kit, you can. But remember, this is a lot denser. So you're going to get a lot of different powder on the skin when you do the whole thing. So it depends on your skin. Like, do you need that? Figure out if that's what you need. But again, I'll just go back in here like this. I come in here, very light touch, come down underneath. So I'm not adding weight to my mature eye. What I'm doing is I'm setting that cream and I'm getting that brightness at the same time. So this is one of the things that I love doing. Sometimes I run out the door and I'm like, oh, great, I forgot to soft set underneath my eyes. I know what's going to happen. So I'm very just like conscious of it during the day. But if I do this, I don't have to worry at all. So that's really a great way to be able to touch up. If you're working backwards, you can add. I did already have the BB cream, the serum, and then I basically just did my concealer. I did the eye brightener, and then I just soft set underneath it. So you have this really nice, now it's all married together. Nothing looks like, but it was looking very dark before. And that's why it was like really important to do that. So that is one of my, really great tips for you when it comes to like a real solution for real women that are dealing with this darkness. I mean, I don't know anyone that's not dealing with darkness in that inner corner here and underneath the eye. Since we have kind of done that little section, any questions on that I can answer for you when it comes to the under eyes? So we know that we have to prep, right? You have to find the right eye cream for you. So that could be things that I've shown you, that could be you experimenting from the drugstore to the department store. It really depends on what, everybody's going to like a different formula or a different feeling or having different needs. Like there's certain things that you want in your eye cream that maybe I wouldn't want in my eye cream, and etc. So that's your first and foremost, that you have to do that. Deanna, is Just Peachy suitable for fair skin with pink undertones? Yes, you can use the Just Peachy. Now, a little side note, speaking of color theory, this is the eye brightener that I just showed you. This is a pink. This can be considered in our color correcting family because it's pink. It's going to brighten. So it's going to really, address that blues and those grays, and it's going to brighten the skin. So it is on a pinker color. I'll show you the difference between the Just Peachy. So you have this peach color that's really great for fair, light, medium skin tones. If you have deeper skin tones, you'd go into our Extreme Cancel, which is going to be more of an orange. I'll show you. That's really for reds and purples. Let me grab it real quick. This is what the Extreme Cancel looks like compared to the Just Peachy. So you can see I've used it on Fierce Aging, so you can also go to that and see this in action. But you'll see that it's a lot brighter. So you have the Just Peachy Extreme Cancel. And just since we're talking about it, that is your eye brightener. And then you have your no redness. So you have a green color corrector for redness around the nose, rosacea, all before you do your foundation. So this is going to lift that color, because if you have rosacea or if you have a lot of redness, broken capillaries like I do, and you put on your foundation, BB cream, serum foundation, tinted moisturizer, it is going to see through. It's a little frustrating because you're like, well, I just covered it, but now it's kind of coming through. Color correct first. So you are basically neutralizing out that color. So when whatever medium you're using for your foundation doesn't have to work that hard. So these are invaluable for mature women. I mean, you're going to see your makeup dramatically change because you are doing a step that's not really a big deal step. It's just a precise step. It's a technique. And the feedback that I've received from women that have never used a color corrector and then started using it is game changing, especially our eye primer, which we'll get to in a bit. Okay, Claudia said, what is the difference between Nikita Banana translucent powder and the brightening powder? I assume they're all interchangeable, right? Thanks for your help. Okay, so I don't have a translucent powder. Translucent powder is going to be more of a kind of, usually translucent can be in a pressed powder or a loose powder. That's really, translucent. It's taking away oil. It's doing its thing where it's going to set, I don't know, depending on the formula. Mine is a brightening powder. It's a pressed powder, but it's a brightening powder. I didn't want you just having a powder and not doing something double. All of my products, I'd like to show you multiple different ways to use it, so you're not stuck with just one thing. So Nikita Banana is a pressed powder, again, gluten-free, talc-free, very, very light. So it's going to brighten the skin. So it depends on how you apply it. Maybe you can use a powder brush for T-zone. Maybe you're very shiny and you want to use it for T-zone, you can do that. I don't suggest using it all over the face because I still want to see that radiance and illuminating the skin as a mature woman. But if you feel like that's your thing, then that's fine also. I use it to set underneath the eyes because it's light enough. It's not going to be cakey and heavy where you see it. That's why I like to use the blending brush, the eyeshadow blending brush, because it's fluffy. You're just getting enough underneath it. And then, hold on, you asked one more question with Nikita Banana interchangeable brightening powder. Okay, between Nikita Banana translucent. I don't have a translucent powder, so I don't know. Maybe I'm missing the question, but back to this, Nikita Banana is a pressed brightening powder. So that is what it's used for. So you can use it T-zone, you can use it underneath the eye area. You can use it all over your face. It just depends on what you're trying to achieve. Okay, hold on a second. Grammy, did you use eyelid serum in your skincare process both day and night? The eyelid serum is going to depend on each individual. So maybe you feel like you want to use that as part of your morning routine. It can be a nighttime and morning routine depending on your eyelid, depending on you using it and saying, wow, this is really great. My eyes are doing great with this. You can use it morning and night. For me, it just depends. I like to use it at night. I like to have like the whole routine depending on in the morning. It just, you know, I don't have extremely dry eyelids. So if you do, it probably be really good benefit for you. I kind of just see what's going on with my skin. My skin changes like daily and it does really weird things. And, you know, I just got over this like really interesting thing that was popped up in my forehead and it's just doing quite strange things a lot. So I assess it each day and then I make decisions for that day. Sorry, I feel like I have to go, my brows are down a little bit. Okay. All right, Wendy, let's deal with this. You had problems no matter what you did with the Nikita banana creasing. I now use the trick of spraying my brush with setting spray first, then rolling in the Nikita banana and then applying Game Changer for older eyes. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You have to figure out the process that works for you. That's a great tip. That's a great tip that works for you. And it's setting underneath the eyes. That's all about the experimenting, but also knowing the techniques on how to do that. So I'm glad that that worked for you. It's always about figuring out for yourself. Denise, my under eye circles are brownish in color. Which color corrector can I use? So Denise, tell me, your underneath your eyes is brownish, but what color is your skin? We'll wait for Denise to tell us. I'm going to take a little sip because I was like losing my voice today. Medium tone, I would use, okay, so you could do a couple things. Use it just peachy. And if you find that that darkness, the brownish still comes through a little bit, we do have a trio of the color correctors like this. You could take a little bit of the Extreme Cancel just on wherever the darkest, if you see it through the just peachy in your concealer, it's not working together, and sheer it out and be able to give yourself a little bit more of a lift. That's what I would say without seeing your skin. Without seeing your skin, you could always send a picture to Bridget in customer service. Once we see your skin, we're able to say, oh, absolutely, this color, you know, because it's really hard sometimes when we don't get to see you to be able to recommend. All right, let me see her. Okay, Terry, I will link the products under for YouTube. I can link it under the live for you to be able to have all the products that I use today. I should be doing that. I haven't been doing that. I know it's been requested, so I can do that. So you'll be able to go to YouTube and see everything that I used and I recommended. So you'll have a fast access to it. Oh, great, Lynn, perfect. Because when I went over to get the Extreme Cancel, Lynn wants to know what would I recommend for bags underneath the eyes. Okay, ready? So I showed you this. I don't even know why I keep saying that because we're such a family. I see you every week, and then I feel like I can't remember because I talk so much and I do so many different things. So we're not going to say that anymore. So I'm going to just show you that Peter Thomas Roth sent me this. I think you all know about this. I have shown this on my channel before. I actually used it on a woman on my Fierce Aging series in 2021 that had extreme bags. I didn't even know I had to go to Sephora during this time and find that they were sold out. It totally went viral on TikTok, and I had to find the product, and they didn't even have samples. Like, they gave me like this little tiny circle, and I squeezed everything I possibly could out of it. I literally had maybe like 2 squirts. So I brought it back to my studio and I wanted to try it out, and I put it on this lady. This video has over 1 million views. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I didn't even know if it would really work. This is really interesting. I timed it. I did this whole thing. So it was very hard. I had to take it off her because I knew I wasn't going to be able to put makeup on with it because it wasn't compatible, whatever. So they brought this out, Instant Firm Eye. but it's been reformulated and it's called Easy Wear Formula. So that's what it looks like. You can get this at Sephora. You can get it on their website. Now in the box now, it comes with their little brush. What I've noticed about the brush, so you see that it's on here. Like, look, I don't like that. I don't know. I don't think that I'm supposed to wash it each time, but I haven't really been using the brush because I don't like that residue on there. I could wash it actually every time, but I probably should. But I've been experimenting with this. So in the morning, I do a little, I mean, you need the least amount. So I do a little pump on my hand. I'll take my finger now. I'll take it off like this and I put it on. Oh my gosh, your bags. Watch, this is what else I do. Hold on, let me get it. So you have to stay expressionless. It has to be clean, dry skin. You put it on and then I take out my fan and I'm like this. I don't move and I wait until it dries and it just dries really nicely. So if I'm gonna go work out in the gym, I don't wanna look like Puff the Magic Dragon underneath my eyes with all this puffiness, I will put that on and it's the only thing I put on and then I dry. I just like, you can have one of those fans from Amazon, you know, like an electric fan, whatever. I do it the old fashioned way with my little fan. Actually, I got this from Keyhole when they were doing an event. So I have this and that's what you do. Dry it and then you are going to love that you have no bags. Now, granted, it's temporary, but you know what I love? I love, like the other day, I was like, my eyes, it was in the morning. I was like, I feel like my eyes look a little droopy. I'm going to put some tape on them. So I put the tape on. I was really thrilled because I went to go pick up my new iPhone and I thought, oh, this is so great. And then I went to get them off. I couldn't even see it. I was like, where is it? I mean, it's like the best eyelid tape I've shown you before. So I love little magic tricks like that. Make the bags go away, lift my eyes a little bit so it doesn't look so heavy. And that's what we do. Oh, blow dryer, Deborah. That's good. But remember, put it on the cool. It dries nicely. That's a good one too. What am I doing with this fan? Am I doing all this manual labor? I just take my blow dryer out. See, you ladies have such great ideas, making my life so much easier. Yes, you can use makeup with the new formula. Sophia, that's the point with it. But remember, very thin layer. You let it dry, and then you still have to be, know that you have something on underneath the eye. You have to be a little careful, not like there's nothing on. So I haven't had a problem with it. It doesn't get like the egg white, like that dried egg white that it used to if you were used to using it, where it would start to separate and just didn't look good. So I've been actually very happy with it. I haven't had a lot of problem with it at all. Joanna, I would like to know when my order will be coming. Unfortunately, I wouldn't have that information. We have live chat. Actually, we have a live chat that you could go on to now. We have customer service, and the girls get back to you right away. So you'll know when your order is coming. The name of the eyelid tape? Okay, ready? This is it. It's on Amazon. I don't know. I mean, maybe you could say this name. Just, you'll know the packaging when you go on Amazon. That's what it looks like. You can't miss it. It's very interesting. It's black and this red. And look, you get 632 pieces. You will have these for the rest of your life. Puddings, all different shapes. It's really great. You'll love it. Can you use the eye brightener instead of the Just Peachy? Depending on your skin tone, it could be a little too light for you. It just depends, because remember, it's more of this pink than it is more of that peach. So it just depends. You can see how it brightens really nicely. It could lighten too much. You would just have to experiment. Vicki, thank you so much. Customer service girls are great. They really are. I've seen really great things with the girls, and it's a very hard job, I have to say. And it was funny. Recently, I bought something from a very, very well-known company, and it was a really not so great experience with customer service. They didn't have a phone number. They didn't have chat. They had nothing. And I was like, this is so weird. And so it's just very difficult. And so when I experienced that, I was thinking to myself, gosh, we have chat, we have a phone number, they can talk to a live person, we have email, we have all of these things set up. And so on Slack, I went to and told the girls, I'm like, you ladies are doing such a great job. It's such a hard job. And I'm so happy that, I see them on talking with everyone. I see all the emails when I'm actually at the computer sometimes coming through. And I was just really proud because I thought, we really want to be accessible. We really try hard. I know it doesn't always hit 100% with everybody, but we really do try hard. The girls do a really great job. So thank you so much for, letting me know that, because I know the girls do, try to go above and beyond. And we all know what customer service is like. It's not the easiest job. Okay, your question's been skipped 3 times. I have contacts in and bright light. I am so sorry. Tell me again. What is the question? They come so rapidly that I try to catch them. They should have some kind of organization here. I'm going to wait. Let's see what Kay's question is. Let me see. Wait. All right. Let's see. Hold on. I'm waiting. Linda's my last one here. Nicole. Wait. Kay keeps asking about what to do about the crepey eyelids. Please answer her. Ladies, I am crepey eyelids. Okay. So I went back, let's go back to the Dr. Perricone, because this is what I think when I think about crepey eyelids and trying to smooth them out and trying to hydrate them. This is the eyelid lift serum. This is what I was saying about crepey eyelids. This is what I have found to be really nice. I've used it for years. I went and bought another one, which I didn't know if they still sold this, because it's made for the eyelids. So what I would say would be, start trying to prep the eyelids. This is what we were just talking about. We do everything on our face, neck, and décolleté, and we do not treat this eye. Yes, we cleanse, yes, but are we really moisturizing? Are we really helping this eye area? So this is a product I would recommend for crepey eyelids. All right, so if I'm skipping over anything, if someone's asked, I cannot see very well, so wait. Okay, Margie, what can we do about dark circles? See, what happens is when I'm trying to hold it, it skips up. So then I lose you. Hold on. Okay, here. All right, about dark spot over the eyes. What can we do about dark spot over the eyes? Oh, under the eyes. What can we do about dark spots under the eyes? Okay, let's go back. Okay, hold on a second. Check Instagram. Okay, Karen, I'm gonna get your question over here on Instagram. Hold on a second. We just went over the dark spots underneath the eye, the pigmentation underneath the eye with the color correctors. It could be your Just Peachy, which is a color corrector for the blues, the darkness, and everything that's going to lift the under eye area. You can go with your eye brightener in the inner corner of the eye. It could be a little too bright, too pink, too much brightness underneath the eye. Depending on, you have to check for yourself. I use it on the inner corner here. That is what the eye brightener brightens up underneath the eye. Just Peachy, color corrector for blues, grays, all that darkness underneath the eye. I do it in all of my videos, all of my fierce aging on all the ladies. You can see that, then concealer over. Karen said, talk about after serum. Do you go to Fiercely Smooth or need to put moisture on first? I don't know if I'm putting on too many products. Okay. So after the serum during the day, yes, I will have a lightweight serum, the Clarins, the hyaluronic acid serum. I will put that on, make sure maybe I do the SPF after that I know is compatible on my skin, so protecting my skin. Then I will do my Fiercely Smooth, which is here. I have it here. Let me find it for you. I know it's here. It's just hiding. Oh, here it is. Fiercely Smooth is my face primer. So once you do your layers and you put on the face primer, so I do a pump, you're going to get a burst of hydration. You can see it's like a gel, really nice. It's brightening, that's why it's pink. So you take it and you can put it on, I put it here, like the T-zone first, right? Then I work it out. And so I'm really nicely getting a thin layer. You don't need a lot. If you do more than a pump, it's going to be too much. You want a nice thin layer. I'm going over my makeup, but it's fine. You want a nice thin layer. You're going to feel that hydration. And then your skin is going to be prepped. So when you put on your foundation, you're going to feel that grip. You're going to feel that it's like a nice smooth. You've prepped everything properly, and you're going to get this really beautiful, radiant, smooth look to your skin. I've tried to skip steps before, and I'm like, it's just not the same. And then I see it on Fierce Aging when I get ready for my filming on 4K, and I'm like, oh, my skin looks so nice because I've done all the steps. I did the primer, and then I put on my BB cream, and it looked really nice. So that is, Karen, that is the process that I do. All right. All right, wait a second, Connie. Not positive. Watching every week since the first, and I'm still overwhelmed by the difference between Just Peachy, which I have to use, and the red and the eye brightener. That's not a problem. Do you have the eye brightener, Connie? You must have the eye brightener. So you have the Just Peachy. Okay. The way that I use Just Peachy is I use it because, I have this, I could use no redness here, but I don't. I take and we're going to just go over this because this seems to be a really big question and you ladies are confused. Okay. So we know I have makeup on now. I'm doing this for demonstration purposes. So I have darkness underneath my eye area here, right? I have all this darkness. So what I do is I will take the Just Peachy and I can come up into this inner corner like I showed you with the eye brightener. Now, let's just forget I put anything on my skin. I go up with the Just Peachy. This is a crayon has shea butter in it. It is nice and smooth if you prep your skin properly. I have tried to where I'm like, does it really matter? I'm fine. And I go and it's like dragging because my skin's too dry. I did not prep it. I was trying to skip steps and just get out the door and it didn't work. So what I do is I prime it properly. I go up into the inner corner. I come down like this. Again, I don't go close to the under eye. I don't want all it gathering there. I come down. I come here because that is what my skin dictates to me. I have to cover that. You might not have to, and that's fabulous. I mean, I hope you don't have to, but I do because I've had multiple things happen underneath my eye there. So that's what I do with the Just Peachy. Then I take the concealer brush and then I work it in just like this. I don't want to move it around a lot. I'm not sweeping and moving it around. I'm pressing it into my skin. You could, if you felt better, you could do the warmth of your finger going into the skin just like this, right? Nice and just melt it in. Then I can say, okay, you know what? Let's bring it just whatever is left there. I'm going to bring up to my under eye area, not too close. And then I'm going to say, okay, that's nice. Brighten the eye area. Then later on, when I'm finished with my makeup, I can say, oh, you know what? I need a little bit like that area for me, for some reason, it gets so dark. I'm not going to be able to lift it enough with the Just Peachy. Let me go in with my eye brightener because now that is going to this is a nice pink color corrector. Click up. It's a liquid compared to this formulation here in a stick, right? So I have a cream product going on. I have a liquid here. I'm going to just hit it there because this is a little area that I can't stand being dark like that. I don't like that. So take the concealer brush again. I am just placing it right there because I want this to stay nice and bright. You can see the brightness. I have eyeshadow on, so we need to just blend in. But this is going to lift that darkness because a lot of us have really darkness in there. And Just Peachy is not going to do the trick. And the concealer is not going to do the trick because it's not that the concealer is concealing and it is lightening, but it's not brightening where you want to do it right here. You don't want to conceal that. You want to brighten that. I want to lift that color. I hope that makes sense. And it's a little bit more digestible. With that, you have to try it on your skin also so you can see oh gosh, that really works really well. Oh, you know what? I find that this is a little dark out here. So let me take my eye brightener and just lift it. I'll lift it there. And let me go back with my concealer brush. We're going to just lift up. I want that to be really nice and lifted so you can see that you are lifting this eye area up. It's really about the color theory. Does that make more sense? All right, let me go back to here. What? Connie, yes. So the brightener is to use, hold on, when you need a titch more something. Yes, correct. And then, I'm going to go for it. Okay. Well, I had it, but yes, that is true. When you need just that extra bump up, when you're like, okay, where do I go from here? Can't add more Just Peachy, can't do concealer. So you go in with that eye brightener and it's going to brighten up that area. So I hope that made sense for you. Can you use eye brightener above the eyebrow? Yes, absolutely. If you wanted to brighten, I didn't actually put any, eyeshadow, like light eyeshadow up there. Let me see. Let's see what we got today. I use my finger. I would probably, no, I could do it. After I have my eyeshadow on. It's on that brow bone there. Use it to highlight. There you go. I like that actually. I think I'm going to do this. You ladies give me so many great ideas. Can you use concealer brush with eyelid concealer and eye brightener? You want to use this concealer brush with all of them? Yes, I would. I do. And then I will wash my brushes with my brush soap because I do get a lot of product in here, so I can't go that long without washing this. So I like to have a couple of these on hand so I can just switch them out. So this one is like less, this one doesn't have as much, this one's on its way to the cleaner. This one doesn't have as much. So you can feel it. You're going to know. Because if you have too much product, you're just going to be mushing around all the product. So you have to be very mindful. These are great. These just came in stock, so you can buy them individually and have them on hand so you don't keep using the same one. The brush soap's amazing. Thank you. I washed my brushes in New York last week and it was I had the little baby and it's so great because I was like, this is so easy. The night before, washed everything. So nice to wake up and have clean brushes when you're traveling. I know, so clever. This is so great. See, this is why we have these lives and we experiment and we try new things. I mean, listen, we have brown mascara coming out because of you ladies. That is coming out in November. I haven't had the exact date. That's why I haven't told you because I get very superstitious, so I can't say anything until I actually have that where it's actually on the flight, and then I'll say, okay, we can now, do the timeline and give you the update. So you'll be really excited about that. I really love it. I'm really excited that you ladies really wanted that. And so listen, we saw it so much that we're going to, we're bringing that out. Holly, what is on my lips? Well, I have the Dream Lip Mask on right now. I had on Actually I Can, and then I did a little upgrade, which we're going to get to lips also. Let's get back to, okay, so we did kind of like the skin basics. We went through prepping the skin. We did some of the soft set, brighten the under eye area. That's like a real solution. We talked about the eyelid serum for crepey eyelids. We talked about Peter Thomas Roth. If you have bags, an instant way to reduce them in the morning, feel good about yourself. So those are real solutions for real problems, and they do work. I mean, this, again, like I said at the beginning, it's not gimmicky. This is about products that I use as a beauty expert. There's no need to tell you about anything that doesn't work. That's what's so frustrating. And that's what I see all the time on all these platforms is that you're just being told all of these false things. And it just gets to be like really annoying after a while. Like, that's not true. That's not going to work. Like, let's just get to the basics of what really can enhance our lives. I mean, do we have time to play games? No, I don't think so. So we did the eye solutions that we did. Oh, okay. So we did the eye. I have Strong Brew on right now, which is let me show you. It's my all matte palette. That's just like a neutral palette. It's a really great go-to. So if I'm not wearing, so say day, if I'm not wearing my Lay Bottle Blonde, that's going to be a sheen like this, I'll go to a matte. So I just felt like doing a matte today. Some days you feel like a matte, some days you feel like a little sheen, just depends. That's why I like having some options. So same kind of family, different, completely different look, but you can, I like to sometimes just use this middle color and then I'll line with this dark color. It's really nice to be able to do that. Highly pigmented. Again, these shadows are talc-free, gluten-free, and really, really silky. So you're not fighting with your eyeshadow. They're not skipping. They're not looking like they're, you know, not going on even. It's not something you're going to fight with. Really, really beautiful. And they meld nicely together. And I did 3 colors for you. I built this compact because I knew that's what you wanted. You didn't want to have 12. You don't use 12. It's just too overwhelming. It's very simple. You have your great little, you know, go-to. You know how it's going to work. You know that you look really fabulous with this eyeshadow. So what I'm going to do is I will show you, I just did shadow on my eyeliner tonight. And I'm going to use my little short smudge brush. That's my best friend, because anytime I make a mistake, which you know I make tons of mistakes on my channel, and then I just fix them with this little brush. This is called the short smudge brush. All the names are on the handle. So you never have to worry. You're never lost in this whole process. There's always something guiding you. You can do a little, again, press in like that. I don't even do the other side. I just press in like that. Don't swirl and go crazy like that. It's too much. Now what we want to do is, we're very intentional. Again, I have mascara on, but you're going to see, I'm going to go to the base and I'm going to just create more of this liner. Now, even with this powder, I will lift up. So I'm going to lift up. Now, this might be nice for you if you have more of a hooded eye. If you find that your eyes are a little bit more challenging with an eyeshadow, use the powder instead. You'll get a softer look. You can really smoke it up a little bit. Sometimes, you know, when you have more of the hooding coming down at the end, it gets lost. And then it looks like the tracks, you know, you went off the tracks, and that's not a good look either. So see how you can get, I can even take, I didn't put anything underneath the bottom, but I can take the remnants of it and just put it underneath like that. See, softer, balanced, not harsh. This is a dark color. I mean, this is a dark brown. I have my dark chocolate that I'll show you. So I did that little just smoky shadow. I'll take my dark chocolate. Do you see it's like a little nub? That's fine. This is going to be a rounded tip. They never go to a point. They're a softer formulation. Remember, if you're used to dragging a hard pencil on your eye and being uncomfortable, this is going to be a very big difference, or a very different experience for you. Soft, beautiful, not dragging on your eye. Look, we're spending all this time trying to really preserve our eyes, moisturize our eyelids. You don't want to be dragging a pencil that's not depositing color on your mature eye. We don't need to drag, we need to preserve. So when you go to do this, don't put a lot of pressure, else you're going to be very disappointed because it's going to be everywhere. I have a pencil sharpener that I use. I turn it maybe like 1.5. This is enough. Just needed a little bit more than that little nub there that I had. So see how it's nice and rounded? It's never going to be a point. If you keep doing that, it's not going to work. And everything that I show you, I use on a daily basis. I sharpen my pencils. I show you that you have a little, you see that this has a little bit of product on it, but that's your little toothpick, not for your teeth, obviously, but for your little shreds. So I'm going to dump them out. And then if you have more of that, if you get it caught on the blade, like some of the pencil, you take this out and you scrape it off, because you don't want to do that with your fingers. You couldn't do it. So you just put it back in its little house like that. I don't know if a lot of people know that that's what that's for, but I show it to you every time because actually I didn't know that. I think I found out in like my early 20s that I was like, oh, that's what that little thing's for, which is perfect. So I use everything that you use. And I know that just by the fact that before using pencils that are really hard and then switching to something really soft. There's a learning curve. You might be really annoyed at first, but then you're like, wait, this is what my eye needs. I need something softer. Something softer that understands mature eyes. So I'm just going right to the base. I'm still going to, this is my little sneaky eyeliner trick. So I go to the last lash. And if your last lash comes down too far, then skip up. And then I just lift it a little bit. So you see, don't worry if it looks like it's a little clumpy. We'll fix that. I'm going right to the base. So I'm showing you that even if you have makeup on and you're doing a little touch up, you can do this with your makeup on and just giving a really nice enhanced look. It's a little harder when you have your eyeliner on, but I like to flick it up like this. I'll put more here because you know what will happen. I'll take my little short smudge brush and then I'm going to just smooth it out. Now it looks like I can actually really see. Do you see? Nice and dark. Just, and look, it doesn't have to be perfect because this is the whole point. You want to smudge it all up and you want it to look, see, like this right here needs to look like it's incorporated. Nice and smoky. Lashes are still up. I'll take this underneath. Even though I have mascara on. Well, this is great. My brown mascara is going nowhere. Even better. It's water resistant, but I didn't think it could last me scrubbing on it. But it does. Great. We're learning so much today in this class. What you can, how much you can push it with your makeup, and it really responds well. So this was the dark chocolate, which I love to use. I have 4 colors for you. I have dark chocolate, navy, plum, and charcoal. Now, I do have, I'm going to just show you because it's the sample. It's not done, but guess what? There's your green. It's so beautiful. It's called deep green. It's going to look so beautiful with this palette. You have that nice deep green with your neutral palette. So pretty. You can even layer on top if you wanted to, dark brown or dark chocolate, and then do the deep green on top. Maybe you just want to do deep green in the middle like that, right? Like you want to do a little two-tone. So that's a little sneaky eyeliner trick. Just picking it up. Just picking it up just a little bit. So it's just always lifted, right? That's really important. I think that's really a great little tip. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about there with the eyes? Let me see. Jade, can't wait for the green eyeliner. I know, me too. I cannot wait to bring it to market and to really get to incorporate it into like our makeup tutorials. It's going to be great. Let's see what else. Okay. What eyeshadow palette again? I would do strong brew with the green because I think it's really beautiful to just have it. It's like you think I have over here. This is a strong brew. That's what I would love. You know, you can wear the deep green with even with Lay Bottled Blonde if you wanted to. You could do Lay Bottled Blonde. It's just a really nice alternative to having like the dark chocolate, or again, you know, you can do the green and you can use it as like a base for your shadow. I do that with my eyeliners because they're nice and soft. They're waterproof, so it's going to stay. All right, so let's talk about, you know, I was thinking I have 35 minutes left. Should we do like a marathon? Like what happens? I was thinking, I wonder if I went on for a really long time, like how many people would be on, like would be still on, would they be still wanting to talk beauty? That would be kind of a fun thing to do. Now I'm going to have this on. You can see, I can't get it off because I don't have anything here to help me, but you can see that you have a little wiggle room to move your eyeliner around, but then you are I mean, I guess it's a nice testimony too. My waterproof eyeliners, which we need because we have dry eyes. My eyes are, like to water here and there. Somebody wants to say hello. Come here. Come on. Come on. There's the rosé champagne. I'm going to say hi to everybody. They ask about you all the time. She is the one that's 6. She likes to sit on my lap. So sometimes when I'm filming, you can't see her, but she's there. Because if not, I feel this the whole time. So thank you, Vicki. She is my little girl. She is very sweet, but very, very hyper. I'm not hyper. She has like a lot of anxiety. I think my other one's so chill. You can do anything. She doesn't care. This one is definitely high maintenance. But I think you always have one like that, right? One's really just easy. And then you have the other one that's just a little bit harder. Now, of course, we have to get into lips. I know this is another big issue for us. When it comes to lips, I have some really great techniques for you. Number one, you know that I love my crystal clear lip liner. I've been using it more and more. Let me just I gotta sharpen it because I've been using it and it's a little bit too low. So this is a really great clear liner. If you have feathering on your lips, I've recently really had a problem with this. I've seen it with like the Confidence or my Fleur, like a darker color. I have just a couple little lines that it likes to go into. And what I do is I put this on first and I make sure that I even go into the line. So I'll line my lips like I would normally with the lip liner. And then I will go up into that little line that goes up. I'm really annoyed by it, to be honest, but that's all right. This is what happens. So I'll go around and I actually go a little outside. It's clear. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything, but it's a really nice because when you put on your regular lip liner, it's like you have this gripping, like you have this like little base. It really feels like you're going to get a really nice staying power. Yeah. I don't know. Do you remember that video I did where I was talking about how to avoid lip lines? And I said something like, you can't whistle. And you ladies were like, all right, that's it. I draw the line that you can't whistle. I told you can't use straws, you can't whistle, you can't do all this stuff. And I think the whistling part really pushed everybody over the edge. I'm like, I'm going to whistle still. So that's what I do. This is really great. I was experimenting with this, like in just some of the love lines, my linen lines, my wisecracks, all of the things. I'll put it in just like this because it gives it this nice waxy kind of base. And so I don't have that creasing just with like little problem areas. I was just doing an experiment. I wanted to see if it really worked and it really did help. So that was really nice because I didn't really love seeing that. So I did my lip liner. Okay. Now, great thing to do is we were talking about is the Dream Melt Lip Mask. This has safflower oil in it, vitamin E. This has shea butter in it. It's fragrance free. So this is a new product that I'm just launching now. It'll hit back with our special gift with purchase by the end of the week or the beginning of next week. Again, it has the silicone tip on it. And then I put it on. I'll have to take a little bit of it off because this is a nighttime treatment. So I wouldn't put on lipstick over it because it's really a treatment. And I like to go all the way around. So I really want to soften the top there. And then I told you I used this mouth tape. I think you were confused last time when I showed you this. Do I still have it? Oh, I do. So I just started experimenting last year with mouth tape, basically nasal breathing. I think you should check with your doctor before you do anything like this. But I was wearing them where it went over my whole lip. So I was really having to moisturize, like put on a lot of my Dream Lip Mask because I didn't want, this is like this tape. So when this one came, actually, this is a female owned company. I actually ordered it from Nordstrom, but they sent me one too, which was really great. So you see, this goes, that's what holds your lips together. So you put it on the top, here goes here and goes like this. You can use it the other way also if you want to, but it's really great. So I don't have this big tape now on my mouth. What it does is that it gives you deeper sleep. So Katie, my assistant, was talking about it in February. I had stopped for a little bit and she's like, oh, I feel so refreshed now that I'm using my mouth tape again. I said, you know what? I should do that. Let me try that again. So I haven't stopped ever since because I feel so great. And I'll give you all of the details in the back, but this is the one that I like the best so far. And you know what? Also, it said that it was like, there was a couple things on this. I don't know if it says it on here, but it was like, doesn't have anything like, it's another like toxic, stuff into the tape, and it's made in the USA. I just was like concerned about that. So I think it's VO2, that's what it's called. But anyway, it's unscented too. That's what's really important because I do that. So my lips have to stay really, really hydrated, and I don't want to compromise them because I'm wearing that tape. So this is a really great product to do for your lips to help you if you have that dehydration and you're like, my lipstick doesn't look great. My lips are chapped. They don't look good. Again, you can prep your lips by doing a little exfoliant. Use a washcloth that has a little bit more texture to it. Just wet it, and then you just go around on your lips, but gently. You can use a toothbrush that you just use for exfoliating your lips. You could make your own little lip scrub. There's so much DIY that you could do. There's a lot of different things you could do to like help with the lips, and then put on your Dream Melt Lip Mask to really hydrate and really get your lips looking the best that they can, because then in the morning you're ready, to go. You're like, oh, I look great. My lips are plump. They don't look dehydrated. You can also do our Rose Lip Balm. Is this it? Yeah. So I have a balm for you. Again, fragrance free, no color. And this is great for prepping the lips. You'll see me do this all the time on my Fierce Aging because most of the ladies have really dehydrated lips. So I'll do it at the beginning of the tutorial. So by the time I get to their lips, it's really nice and hydrated, and it gives a nice slip to the lip liner and the lipstick. So those are some things that you can do. I'm going to do I want to show you something that I did today. It's interesting. If you want to have more of a plump lip, I think that a lot of us feel like we're losing our lips, or they're becoming transparent, like there's no color to them. That's why it's really important to do a lip liner to define the lip, and also a really beautiful color to your mouth to really bring it out. I could do, all right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just do the Cameo. I'm going to just do Cameo to show you. I'm going to line my lip. I'll go over the Dream Lip Mask. I can, because mature women can do anything they want. You can say, I want to, or someone could say, can't do that because you're 72. Well, actually, I can. Actually, I can do that. That's the whole premise of it. Actually, I can. So anything you say to yourself like, can't do that. Well, actually, I can. So that's part of the mantras, as you know. If you know the line, you know that I have all my secret mantras for you to keep you going, to keep you, Connie said something about being dense, but there's no dumb questions or being confused or any of that, because that's why I'm here on these Wednesday nights. And that's why I did my mini series for you, because as easy as it is for me, and this is all I've done, it might, not be, it's not being received the way I think it is. So that's why I just decided to chop down all my videos into really little classes for you, because that's the whole point. I want you to have those great takeaways, but also feel like, oh, good, this is a shorter video. Like I have time to watch this. So I'm always thinking about how I can make it easier for you. If you have suggestions, please let us know, or please let me know on these, because that's how I formulate things. I'll sit around and think about them, and then I see what you want, and then it really, helps. It helps me formulate the videos the videos take a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of thought process, and with my editors, and so it's not like let me just put out a video. It's like what is going to serve you and what's going to make you feel good. Like, gosh, I'm glad I spent those 15 minutes. Like, I really learned something. That's what it's all about. So I always encourage you to give me feedback, because it's not, I would prefer not to be, just doing videos, because it's a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of output. And I want you to really feel like this is amazing for you. All right, so here we go. Could be a little slippery because, I have this Dream Lip Mask that I really shouldn't have on my lip if I'm doing this. But here we go. You know that I like to do I've done many, many videos on this, basically doing a little lip trick here where I want this to be a little bit poutier. I do this with my ladies that have maybe not as full top lips. And so what I'll do is I usually start at one Cupid's bow here. And then all I do is I just go across. I'm not overlining my lip. I'm not making it look ridiculous. If you don't like that, don't do it. But if you're thinking, you know what, I want a little bit of a different shape. I want my lips to look more poutier. This is what you can do. So I've done it on all age groups. This was very highly requested when I was, let me see if I need to sharpen this a little bit. When I was doing makeup in my studio, it's like the little technique that my customers would come in and they would have like a black tie event, or they would be going to a wedding and they were like, oh, can you please do your little lip trick? It's like, of course, we'll definitely do that. So I just go, so it's nice because I have that border of the clear lip liner, or the crystal clear lip liner. Now, I'm going to show you another little trick here. So and you can always kind of smudge it down if you want to. Okay, so I'm not going to follow my lip like that. I'm going to cut it down just a little bit. So that's going to give it more of this height. So what I'll do is, now I just sharpened this, so you probably should warm it up a tiny bit at the tip so it's not. Do you see, I'm not coming out. I cut it just a little bit because I want it to be going up. It's got a little snaggy because it was brand new. So I'm still on my lip. I'm just a little bit higher. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like outside. It doesn't look like that. So it changes my lip. Sometimes I'm like it, sometimes I don't, sometimes I'm in the mood, sometimes I'm not. So it just depends. I'll anchor down here because my lip's a little uneven. So this is where I do my starting point. And then I'll etch. And then I'm going to just etch up a little bit like that. Like, I'm not coming all the way out, if you can see. So that is the line. I'm going to do a little bit. Having too much of an emollient product on before you do a liner like that is not good. But that's all right. You needed to see. You need to see it. Now, let's do. Oh, see what I did? I got very hasty. I just sharpened it, and then I stabbed it, and it went in here. You know, that is the worst. I do the same things you do, ladies, because I got all excited, and I was like, let me just hurry up and do this. Now look. Like, how mad are you right now? I'm very, very angry about that. I just lost that whole entire tip that I just did because I wasn't paying attention and I stabbed it. All right, that's all right. Where is the actually I can? Here we go. Now, my lip liner is going to be darker. That's okay. It's going to give me more of this like plumpy look to it. I can always blend in if I need to with my finger. Could use rosé all day. That's the one that you would wear, but you need to see where I put the liner. Now, I'll show you something that I showed you on the video that's coming out. You can put, I'm going to put Upgrade. I'm going to upgrade this a little bit with my lip gloss. It's called Upgrade. Now, this is going to be darker right here and right here. Okay, so there's this like, it's called, if you've seen it on, I don't know if you can see what this light, that you have a lighter lipstick on and then you do a darker in the center here. You might not be able to, it's kind of like blowing it out, but you'll see it on the video. It's called the Keyhole. So basically you have a lighter color and then you do a darker color. So when they're doing filler now, you'll see these lips that when they're just kind of resting, it has like a little hole. When they rest, because of the filler, it gives them this hole here. So it's called the Keyhole. So when you do a little bit of a darker color there, you can give the illusion it's like plumper lips. So I thought it was interesting to do. But that is how I really built up the lip, making it still natural, coming down, not going wide. So I'm not flattening out the lip, I'm building it back up. And then just strategically putting like some, you know, doing color with the darker color in the middle. You can't really see because I actually have two more lights on me right now, but that's kind of a nice little technique to do. And also when it comes to lip gloss and you have a lipstick on, you can just do that little part here because it gives that plumpness, not the whole lip. Also, my lipsticks are really creamy and glossy, so they're giving you a little bit more of a pout, not looking like matte and dull. So that's something when it comes to the lips, prepping, lining, getting that border with the clear so you don't have that feathering, and just giving like real solutions that do help. It's really about, it's really trying out on your lips and seeing how that works. I've actually also used, when I was in a pinch and I didn't bring a lip liner, I did use my Brownie brow pencil as a liner. That's something that's going to give you some shadowing also. You could do that where it makes your lips look bigger because you have this kind of shadowing that you've done. And this is very fine tip, so you could easily do that. So that's what I did. I lined my lips with my brow pencil. I was desperate, but you can do that. Looked great. I actually really liked it. It's kind of, it's not uncommon to do that. So we have any questions on lips? All of you ladies help each other out, which is so great. Let me see what this is here. Sharon, see, you did what I did. So there's a lot of things that I've done. I've seen you ladies have done it too. And it's like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. I am usually very careful because I've done that before. That's one thing. What else have I done that really, it's usually with the lip liners and eyeliners, if I'm too hasty, that will always happen. Carol, we are doing that on the website. We're going to have cool, neutral, warm. We're going to have a gauge on every product. That's something we're working on. We're kind of rehauling the website right now. So our whole team is working on that. So you will be able to know that. I think it'll be a really great tool. So thank you for asking for that. Bobby, what palette did I use tonight? Okay, I came on with makeup already, but palette, if you're asking about for my eyes, is Strong Brew. And I just used the middle color, and I used the last color for my eyeshadow. So let me show you the Strong Brew. So I just used the matte palette. That's neutral. This is all over my lid, and then this is my eyeshadow. This is my eyeliner because it's the eyeshadow on this eye. I did add the dark chocolate liner over this as a liner tonight. All right, so what rose spray do I love? I love, the one I use all the time on my Fierce Aging is do I have it here? It's the Chantecaille. the rose mist. Do I have it? You know, I'm captive now with the Frenchie on my lap. That's the one that I really like using. And then I have another, you know, I like the, I usually have it right here. I spray the Caudalie on my face every morning. Just kind of like my little ritual. It's always right here on my vanity. Vanity looks a little messy right now. Can you wet the eyeshadows? Yes, you could wet the eyeshadows if you wanted to. I would say wet the eyeshadow, the darkest color for an eyeliner or for doing more work on the outside. I wouldn't do wet the eyeliner, though. I wouldn't wet my eyeshadows for an all over color. I would do it for intensifying a darker color like this. And then using that if you wanted to kind of create more dimension or more depth. All right, let's see. Any other questions? All right, let's see if we have any other questions when it comes to just troubleshooting, or, you know, this is your time to really ask, and hopefully I will see them when you, now I think I'll see them. You have to get down. Sorry. My leg is falling asleep. I'm thinking, is there anything else on here that I didn't get to show you? With everything that we covered tonight with skin, with the eyes. Let's skip over that. Wear lips. Any other questions here? Okay. I don't think I have any questions over here on my Instagram family. It's so good to see everybody here again tonight. I have a really, you know what, next week I think I'm going to do a style with makeup, like a classic look, and then be able to transition it into different events with maybe the same outfit and makeup. I don't know. I'm thinking about it because I want something a little bit different for us next week. So that'll be exciting. Any kind of suggestions, let me know through DM on Instagram or through our customer service. Linda, has the Just Beauty formulation changed from over a year ago? No, we came out with the new formula in 2022. 2022, I think it was the spring of 2022. Yeah, that's when we had the new formula come out. Thank you, Paula. Color corrector is the bomb. That's wonderful. I'm glad that you like it. Let's see, hold on. Oh, I did do a video using powder blush. I'm glad you love them. I did do that. That's what I have on this side of the face today. I have the Classic Beach Glow on this side. So I was just showing you basically how you can use the 3-Well palette. So you'll get to see that coming up in the little mini series that I have coming up. Will the Classic Beach Glow be good for Asian skin tone? I think so. I think it's a really nice palette that melts into the skin. It looks really beautiful on the skin. You can look at different skin tones on our Fierce Aging series. I'm always casting for a very diverse group, but remember, ladies, it is a volunteer basis. I cannot make people come on the channel. So again, I've mentioned this before, I've done a lot of outreach, more like guerrilla marketing with myself, with my card at post office, at Whole Foods, at the mall. I can't make people come on the channel. I can approach them. I do think a lot of people think I'm a little weird. They have no idea why I would be asking them, and I get declined a lot. So I'm just letting you know that I do make a very big effort with all diverse groups, but I cannot make them come on the channel. And I completely understand that. Some people are not comfortable. And it's just really, I get lucky sometimes when I get to approach strangers and they're willing to come on and they don't think I'm completely crazy. I mean, in this day and age, maybe people will be like, who is this girl that is soliciting me about what, you know? So I try really hard. Trying to see all, let me see where I'm back so I didn't miss any. Pat, you said my eyelashes are white. I use multiple layers of mascara, ending with yours. Is there a primer for lashes you recommend? You know, I was using a primer before years ago, and I formulated my mascara so you wouldn't need one. But if you do still want to use a lash primer, you can use, I was using, what was one I love the best? I think that, oh, you know what it was? It was from the drugstore. It's L'Oreal Voluminous, and it was just their primer. And I think that was great if you really feel like you want to use a primer and it doesn't affect your mascara in a bad way, in the sense that it's just too much. That would be the one I would pick. Margie, you like the brush soap? It's amazing. Best brush soap. Thank you. It's really great because now you have a brush soap that is not going to ruin your brushes. It will preserve them. It's easy. It's simple. It's not a long to do. There is a fragrance. It's coconut oil, but there is a small faint fragrance, Patricia, with the you could try the baby one and see if that one, if it works for you. It doesn't leave in my opinion, I know it's very subjective, but it doesn't leave a fragrance on the brushes. So maybe the other ladies could let you know that use it if they feel that it leaves anything on the, and the ingredient list is always on the actual product page also. So you can double check that for any kind of allergies. Strong Brew is warm or cool. You're going to be going into more of a warmer color palette with the Strong Brew. Let me grab it again. Here you go. I'm going to be more into a warmer color palette here, which is nice. It's almost like, I mean, I can wear it with my gray hair. I'm more of a cool neutral, but I like this. It's not too warm for me. If you wanted a cool palette and you wanted it matte, you could go in with Rewrite the Rules. That's our gray palette. So that's a really nice option too for you if you wanted to stick with mattes. I mean, that doesn't sense any fragrance on the brushes after cleaning. That's good to know. Eyeshadow palette for green eyes. You can use the Strong Brew. You can use, I have hazel eyes. I actually have 2 different color eyes, but they're hazel. You can use the Strong Brew. You can use the Lay Bottled Blonde is really pretty. I use the Fresh Beauty also. It's like the pinky and purples. Like there's a lot of different options you can do with green hazel eyes. The green eyeliner we're coming out with is going to look beautiful. Is there an eyeshadow palette that is taupe with a slight undertone of plum? Laura, let me show you. Let me just show you the Fresh Beauty, and let me show you the Naughty Nancy, because these are the ones that, and I got a little bit of time. Oh, okay, 7 minutes. Let's see if I grab that one. Let me see. Let me show you. Okay, here's Fresh Beauty. It doesn't really have a taupe though. This is Fresh Beauty. So you have, like, this really looks beautiful with green eyes too. We have the Naughty Nancy. It's going to be a little bit darker. You can see that, but it's not really a taupe. These are all sheen too, by the way, but we are working on our eyeshadows. So keep the suggestions coming, what you're looking for. Are you looking for an all matte palette? We did do a focus group on this, or do you want a hybrid where you have a sheen palette in the middle, mattes on the side like Sweet Carol? That would be really just always nice to keep the conversation going with that. You like the serum foundation, Lisa? Oh, Liza, hydrates your skin and covers blemishes and age spots. Yes. So this is the serum foundation on this. I like that it feels like it's like it's almost like this really a silky kind of just very soft feeling afterwards. And I didn't do any just peachy on my pigmentation spots, actually, even with the BB cream. And I got some really beautiful coverage and I didn't have to build it up too much. It was a good experiment today. How are they on the crepey eyes? Now, if you have very crepey eyes, you don't want to highlight that. You can look at the Fierce Aging ladies, because I don't shy away from putting a sheen on their eyes. I like a little pop. Something you could do also is do a matte palette like this. And then you could just take one, like a complementary sheen color. So say I took the middle of this, just use my finger so you can see like the sheen. It's not glitter, it's not sparkle, but I could just add, if you wanted to, if you were like, okay, I can't do the whole thing, but I want a little like pop to the eye, you can do that. So you don't have just a matte eye. If you have crepey eyes, you could still just pop the lid so you get a little light reflecting. So you can see that. But it's not too much. It's not over the top. You don't have glitter all over your face or anything like that. It's just a very soft sheen because I felt like I still wanted to bring life to the eyes with the mature woman. I didn't want all matte. And I know that it's really individual. It has to be what you feel comfortable with. But that's what I do sometimes where I'm like, I'll do the eye and I'll be one of the ladies and it'll be a crepey eye. And I'm like, yeah, but we could just pop it. We could just lift it just a tad. So that's what I'll do. Just because the light will hit it and it just looks fresh. It doesn't look like, oh, we just matted it all out. But I definitely understand that there are some eyes that you just don't want to do. You don't want to highlight the crepiness or, you know, anything like that on the eye. Anna, I think you need to rewrite the rules next too. Oh, did I pick up? Oh, here's rewrite the rules. This is the rewrite the rules. So you have a nice cool palette, matte, all matte. And you have really nice colors with it. Let's see, make sure my fingers are clean. Let's do 1, 2, and 3. This is your rewrite the rules. So it's a nice, these are really nice. You know, what's nice about this palette is you can just use this during the day. And then you're like, well, you know what? I'm just gonna bump it up for night. Use this as an eyeliner, use this as your, the contour color. You have this for your brow bone, or use this all over and then use this into your crease. I mean, there's a lot of different options when you have 3, just how you work with them and get creative. Maybe you mix it with another palette. Maybe you do a little bit of a sheen on the lid. I'm working on some new colors though. I think you're gonna be really excited. I think it's time for us to kind of get some more fabulous colors to be able to use. Grammy, you're welcome. I'm glad that this information was really helpful for you. 3 minutes left. So I like to max it out. I like go until like the very second that I can't talk anymore. And I just want to make sure that, you know, everybody is being able to use the makeup that you're using now. So you can take these techniques that I'm showing you with my product and use it with whatever you're using now. That's what's really important, is that you're using what you have. I think that's really the takeaway, where you feel confident. I mean, some products won't work the same way that mine do. Like when I'm telling you that you can use your eyeliner as a base for your eyeshadow, because a lot of eyeliner are not soft like mine. And so that would be very hard to do. Or there's just certain things that I formulated a certain way so we can use these in a multi-different way. But always giving you options. But I just want you to feel comfortable and be using your makeup. That's the important part, is really feeling confident, putting yourself together, not skipping it and saying it's not worth it, or I'm too old, or I haven't been doing it in 20 years. Why start now? I mean, that's why we have this community. You know, we aren't doing makeup like we did in our 20s because our skin's evolved, our skin has changed for the better. And that's just, it's reframing. That's what we're going to do. We're going to just reframe and think how lucky we are that we have living tissue that is evolving, is changing with us. And that's the mindset here at Nikol Beauty. Might not be everybody's mindset. I totally get that. But that's what I personally think. And that's what I embrace, and that I basically put out to all of my product to make you feel empowered and excited and wanting to get up and put makeup on and feel your best and look your best. Because, you know, when you put your face forward and you feel confident and you've put the effort there, the world treats you differently. You treat yourself differently. It's just a whole different kind of energy. And that's what I really want you to go and do in your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 100s. That's the goal, right? We all want to make it to over 100 and be healthy and happy and wearing our Actually I Can lipstick, because actually we can. We can make it to 100. Actually, we can start lifting weights at 90. We can do that. So I hope you enjoyed tonight. I hope that, you know, we just keep building on this. Remember, go to my YouTube channel. I have 2 videos a week for you, educating you. The mini series seems to be really resonating with you. I'm very happy about that. It's just really something that I love doing. I love teaching you, and I hope that we keep getting better and better and better. Oh, look it. I love myself and I accept myself exactly how I am. That was just what popped up. What a great way to end tonight's live. Ladies, I will see you next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Actually, I might be at 5 p.m., so you check the schedule. I think I might have made it a little earlier, but I don't know. I think we might keep it at 8. I'll see you later. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. Bye.